come in.
It's a biggie, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky. She said she like my ducky. I'm fresh, my ducky. I'm fresh, my ducky. I'm fresh, yup. Glide in the ducky. My ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky. She said she like my ducky. I'm fresh, yup, my ducky. I'm fresh, my ducky. I'm fresh, yup. Glide in the walk up on the set, yup. Stepping with a swag. Clothes got a drove over, so you know I blow bands. Pressure in the pocket got stacks. Girls looking over here, cause they like when you change. Triple going off like I gotta get spent. Looking for that working, I ain't about to holler back. Post up on the list, start looking for something bad. Nice eyes, cute face, and gotta have a fan. Bust it wide open, then I tell her bring it back. I'm the piece of any sheets, it's like something you never had. Culture at the club, and when they say something, damn, drop it down to the floor and brought it back up in the stands. Damn, I like the way she work it. Sit right, just like magic when she twerk it. Bed on the jerk, I know this it was certainty, cause it's guaranteed. You let me book it, I burn. My ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky. She said she like my ducky. I'm fresh, my ducky, I'm fresh, my ducky, I'm fresh, yup. Glide in the ducky. My ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky, my ducky. She said she like my ducky. I'm fresh, yup, my ducky, I'm fresh, my ducky.